Usually I get up around 6:30 at the latest, just kind of falling asleep in a little bit. But leaving the house, if I go to the office, probably 6:30. If I go straight to a stop, depending on where I'm at, 7. First things first, getting your jugs out, getting your water filled, kind of taking an assessment of what chemicals you got in the van. That way you can tell whether or not you need to go to the office or not. The next would definitely be looking at your schedule. You might have timed appointments. You might have one stop in a different area code than the other. That way you can kind of base where you need to be at what time. Pretty good little app. Definitely a lot easier to keep track of where you need to be when you got it in front of your face as opposed to before they had paper tickets. Outside of that, I mean, it gives the ability for each customer to put in notes that they might have specific issues. That way it takes away the time of you trying to figure it out and calling them. Everything's there in front of you as opposed to waiting until you get here. Average stop a day depends on the time of the year. So I would say the average stops per day in the spring, now that spring's starting, is probably around 15 to 18, just depending on how many people decide to call in, whether you got follow-ups or new service starts as well. Absolutely a lot heavier during the summer. During the winter, it's a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more relaxing. But during the summer, you just gotta get your A game going. I think the busiest day I've had was 24, 25-ish. You kind of gotta be open about it whenever you sign on, because they tell you what you're signing on for. Sometimes when we get behind at other districts, like a lot of people from the Triad will go to Raleigh and help out, just because they're if they get behind, it's a team effort regardless, right? So we want to try and keep everyone from working late. Everyone's pretty close and tight knit. I mean, you kind of gotta be. I mean, if there's anything that anyone can do for one another while at work, kind of makes it better for everybody, really. Here at Goforth, we have 3 main pest control services. The basic service covers most of your general pests, ants, spiders, etc. And that type of service is going to give you a lot of coverage from mainly just the foundation inside the home. The next step up would be our Mile Eat. Instead of just from the foundation in, you're going to be foundation plus living areas. So like driveways, back decks, front decks, and of course any of your fire pits and stuff. The highest service we have is a Mile Eat Plus, and that's going to be pretty much inside the house, foundation, living areas, and the yard front and back up to a ½ acre from the center of the home. Now, of course, we'll cover more than a ½ acre, but those price points are different. But that Mile Eat Plus, really honestly, is kind of the bang for the buck, because a lot of people don't know this, but the Mile Eat Plus covers for flea, ticks, and mosquitoes. I mean, during the summer, that's the worst thing out. I mean, getting those gone really kind of make life a little bit easier. Webs sometimes are clear, sometimes they're a big web, sometimes they're small. So always web first. I'll web, entice, spray, look for boxes as I'm walking around. If there is, you check those. So as far as the word sales per se, I'm not the one to use it. I like to consider myself an advisor, mainly just because, I don't know many people that want to be sold anything. You're hired to come out to fix someone's problems. We are problem solvers, we're not sellers. Before I even interviewed for it, I never even knew it was a sales type industry, to be honest with you. I just thought it was threw some chemical on the ground, that was it. It's definitely not. The biggest thing that people don't do is when you pull up to someone's house, you kind of like survey the land. What I mean by that is stickers on cars, right? Stickers on a car will tell you a lot about a person. Whether it be a Planet Fitness sticker, they work out, maybe they like the Braves, you don't know. So I use those to cause conversation. That way, I don't feel uncomfortable starting a conversation about something that may not be good at your house. Getting a customer comfortable enough to talk to you about their problems is the main key, right? Outside of that, the product sells itself. If you're out here educating them on what's going to happen, they can kind of make their own decisions from there, right? You got to be able to come out here and let someone feel like you care about their problem. If you come out and you're just kind of going through the motions, right? You're just spraying, you're just dusting, you're just doing the basic stuff. You're not gonna really get anywhere with this company. You gotta really put your foot in the ground and let your roots grow. You gotta have a passion for it. How many people get to say they wake up and they enjoy going to work, right? You're gonna have your ups and downs, but ultimately you gotta wake up with some fire under your butt and be ready to go and have a passion for what you're doing. You're pretty much your own boss throughout the day. You still got someone to answer to sometimes, but for the most part, you're out on your own. You get in this van and you basically have your own company. You're just going around doing your own thing, and outside of that, money is sky's the limit as far as yourself goes. If you're taking initiative and taking charge, you're not going to do anything but better yourself. This company wants managers, they want assistant managers and stuff like that. There's definitely room for improvement and room to grow. We're a growing company already as it is. Even within the last year since I've been here, The stops have increased quite a bit, which is great. I think the end of the day is really going through your follow-ups. Sometimes during the summer you don't have enough time to really take the time out that you needed in between the stops to talk to certain people, so you just kind of take that time at the end of the day to follow up with everybody and make sure everything's taken care of and if there's any issues or not. If you're working late, the same duties still apply. You still need to take care of any issues that you had during the day, and then after that, that's pretty much it. So now it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm wrapping up for the day and I'm free to go home. Pretty much now you know what it's like to have a day in the life of Joe at Go Forth Pest Control, and that's it. We're gonna wrap it up.